It's been almost 2 years since I bought this 2024 GMC Sierra. I bought it July 10th of 2024, and here we are going into 4th of July weekend of 2026. I haven't made a video on this in quite a while. I have just over 21,000 miles on this truck in those 2 years. And honestly, this has been my favorite truck that I've ever owned, but I think it might be time for me to get rid of it. You don't really see a lot of long-term ownership videos on YouTube. A lot of people give me grief when I say long-term for 20,000 miles, but 20,000 miles for YouTube content is 200,000 miles, because everybody in the YouTube space tends to at most keep a truck for a year and maybe put, I don't know, a couple thousand miles on it. A lot of those are press people, and that's really what you get out of this. And I'm not dogging on that world, but it is the reality of it that a lot of people don't really put actual daily driven miles on their trucks on YouTube, so I thought I would make a video sharing my experiences. The big reason why I'm considering getting rid of this thing is that the transmission is starting to have what I think is a little bit of a surge, and these valve bodies in these transmissions are known for going bad, and I just don't know if I'm up for waiting on another transmission replacement. That's what happened on my old 2021 Ford F-150. Had to go through a transmission replacement, and it's just a huge pain. Yes, they're covered under warranty, but it is a bit of a nightmare. Now, there's a lot to love about this truck, and I'll share with you guys. Miles per gallon is by far one of my favorites, but in recent times, with things going on internationally, diesel fuel actually got quite a bit more expensive than unleaded. That's a big part of why I'm considering, I don't know, the diesel just doesn't have the same allure that it did when I first bought it. But some of the mods that I've done to this truck. Number one, King shocks are absolutely amazing. Those came from Real Truck. A lot of the stuff did come from Real Truck. I've got the Method double black wheels on here with the Kumo Road Venture RTs. By far, hands down, my favorite tire on a pickup truck ever. These things as an off-road tire are so quiet, it actually blows my mind. I've had these things on here for many thousand miles now, and they have been absolutely fantastic. Now, I do have the Paragon tonneau cover on here that has been really awesome too. I was kind of putting some long-term testing on it. All in, I actually think this is a fantastic tonneau cover. In the bed of the truck, hasn't been prepared for the video. This is basically what the bed of the truck looks like, and this also might be a bit of a spoiler alert for the next truck that I am very heavily considering to address some of this craziness. But got the bed rug in here. Very much love the bed rugs. Don't knock it till you try it kind of thing. I used to think they were the biggest joke in the entire world. Bed rugs, highly recommend. We've got the Real Truck swing cases here. Love those. Big fan of the organization that you get from those swing cases. Would recommend them to anybody who has a truck that needs storage. I love to have all of my tools, compressors, socket sets, and hitches, and off-road jack I have back there, all that stuff. I think as a truck guy, if you're not having stuff like that in your truck, I argue maybe you don't need a truck, but you know, there's plenty of people that just haul things, but I like to have everything that I might need should I end up in a pinch, or should somebody else that I know end up in a pinch that I can help out. Now, one of my favorite parts about this GMC Sierra is the interior. I have been a big fan of this kind of what I would call like cockpit layout, where it just kind of flows up, and you just as a driver feel very much in the driver's seat of this truck. I think GM, with the GMCs in particular, have the best interior on the market. The new trucks were announced, and it looks like they're gonna make some changes to that. I haven't even dug that far into them, but again, this truck here has 21,693 miles on it. I have the Banks iDash Pro. This is here, which as a diesel truck, I do recommend it. It is nice to have all the information of soot levels and when your DPF regen is going to start and all that stuff. Really cool thing to have. Not necessary, but if you can swing it, it is a nice little gadget to have. My Switch Pros, this is the hardest part of parting with a truck like this that you put so much work in, is all of these switches for all of my accessories, all the off-road lights and everything like that. Very much love this, and I actually really like having my radar detector switched so that if you're on the phone and the radar starts going off, you can actually turn that on and off and stop that beeping. There's also times where I like to be able to turn off my dash cam. We have the airbag set up here. So, you know, I've done quite a bit to this truck. Airbags for the rear just really help keep this truck level when towing. I tow quite frequently, but I don't tow super heavy. But I have noticed with the AT4 that the back end of the truck does like to squat, and that was before doing any suspension mods. Now I say this has been boring because it has been. I mean, this truck, it just kind of gets up on the highway and cruises, and it's without a whole lot of fanfare. I mean, it's just a great powertrain. This really is the star of the show, and that is the 3-liter Duramax. We'll talk about MPG here in a moment, but I don't think you could find a better matched powertrain in the market today than this 3-liter diesel paired to the 10-speed automatic transmission. It has just been absolutely fantastic. Now, the transmission is unfortunately part of why I think it might be time to ship this truck down the road, because, well, they've been known to have valve body issues, and this truck might be suffering some of those same fate. I do have the S&B air intake on here, and boy, let me tell you, that thing was quite a bear to install, but all in, I think it does increase the diesel noise a little bit, and if that's what you're into, I think it's worth it just for that alone. Again, this powertrain has been absolutely awesome, but let's talk about miles per gallon. This has been where I've been most impressed. Now, let me just tell you guys, I don't drive gently. The speed limits here are 65. The kind of going rate here for speeds is 80, pretty common, and I like to kind of park around there. But this truck, for being on 35-inch tires, is getting an average of 18.6 mpg. There's a lot of Duramax guys who will probably chime in the comments and be like, oh, I've gotten over 30 or whatever. I have gotten over 33 mpg. Hypermiling without the 35s, you can do it. These motors are insane. But if you want to talk about just driving like a regular person who doesn't like to go slow, 18.6 for a full-size truck on 35s with a 2-inch lift kit, basically, is what this equated to be, is pretty damn good. But the problem that I have is that the total costs of fuel ups have gotten to be quite a bit more expensive. When I first bought this truck, diesel was sitting around $3.50 a gallon, and then once everything started going on with Iran, we spiked upwards of $5.50 a gallon, I think is what it was, and then we dropped down. We're like settling around like $4.50. But it's, at this point, not really worth the MPG gain if the diesel costs more. Prior to all of the stuff going on, that wasn't the case. Now, yes, this all ebbs and flows. It's possible that that steadies out and gets lower again than regular gas, but as of right now, it's not. And I just kind of, with that, I was like, I don't know, the diesel really, is it really worth it for the baby diesel? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? When it comes down to it, yeah, this truck, it's been kind of boring for the last year or so, only because it's just been trusty and reliable. I don't know, I'm getting kind of bored with it, but I do think that 21,000 miles, again, is a long enough time to put on a truck to say, this is what I think about it. Do I think you should buy one? It's up to you. But with the new platform, I would be a little bit hesitant to just wait to see what's going on with the powertrains. Now, would I buy a new 2027 GMC Sierra? No, I won't buy the first gen of any pickup truck anymore, but also, I don't even know how much that matters anymore. You get the first year of the first truck coming out, you let them work out all the bugs, and then they switch a supplier 2 years later, and the truck that used to be reliable no longer is. So I don't even know how much that matters anymore. But what I'm looking at doing now is, again, I bought this Corvette. I'm kind of between, do I just go to an older truck? I started eyeing up an older Avalanche, which I used to love Avalanches. I thought it was such a cool truck. Fits kind of what I need on the daily. Or I'm also considering a new Ram, which I've never owned a Ram and I've always kind of wanted to. I drove a bunch of them back when I used to work for a company back in New York many, many years ago. Loved the Rams. And I also haven't owned a Toyota. So I'm kind of thinking about maybe it's time to just ship this thing on down the road and get into something new. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think? With that said, thank you guys very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. See you guys next time.